Hello there and welcome back. Today we talk about the Abstrakt Instruments Avalon bassline. Basically this is a clone, reinterpretation of a 303. Basically the circuit inside should be exactly the same as a 303, but they had a lot of new cool feature. Now let's kill this guy. If you follow me as an artist, you know that 303 is one of the staple of my production. I put it kinda everywhere. I love the sound. I never use it as an acid machine, but I always liked it in this sort of dubby, deep fashion. I've been very influenced in this by Andreas Tilliander with his project TM404. I will put a link down there, and of course some of the album of Richie Hawtin, Plastic Man. Anyway, I own during the years many kind of 303. I have an original one, I have a bass bot, I had the Roland, the new one, the digital one, and actually also the Behringer one, just to try it, and it sounds pretty good actually. But of them all, this one is the one that actually works better. It has a lot of controls, and the sequencer is super easy to use and sound pretty great. So this is the one that I always use. It's very hard to find, so this is becoming a very rare instrument. Abstrakt Instrument is really hard to catch company. I think they released the last batch recently, and I bought another one because I'm already worried what happened if this gonna break. But yeah, it's not gonna be easy to find on the second market, and on the second market it cost way more than a new one. It was like around $1,000, and now I saw this one going for more than $2,000. Crazy. Anyway, for me it's worth, because it's one of my main instrument. It costs less than a original 303, I guess, but I just wanted to show you guys what it's all about and what is, if the hype is real or not. Anyway, I'm actually loving this guy through a reverb and delay. Usually I have different boxes. Right now we are listening just through the Empress ecosystem. That is an amazing tool, because in one box you have two delay, but each one can be many different things. So right now I am using a delay plus reverb algorithm and an ambient algorithm, so I love it. You wanna hear it out? Here we are. So what happened is, like, the 303 sound by itself is not that beautiful. I never really liked it, and it's hard to be pleased with it. So I think it's one of those instruments that you need to complement with effects. The acid kind of stuff that you hear a lot, it's not my kind of thing. So when you had something like that, to me this became something else, and it's already a magical sounding. Anyway, let's do a quick tour of the instrument, but before doing that, let me tell you how you guys can support me, because of course you have to support me. So you can subscribe to this page, you can share my videos, you can become a Patreon. Becoming a Patreon would be the best for me, because I can keep doing this, keep reviewing and demoing stuff, plus we will be in touch, and I can help you if you want. Or, you know, I can send you pizza recipe. Those kind of stuff. Anyway, that said, let's go through this guy. So, I forgot to mention that I'm using the analog rhythm as a master right now. So it's just up for there, and I have a kick, so later on when we jam a little, we will have more fun. First, it's synced by MIDI or DIN. The cool thing is, like, it can mirror, it can basically be a through port, and so I used to use it with my 808, getting a MIDI signal in and then a DIN sync out to sync with my older synth. So that's already something cool. It has some of the basic control that you would find on a 303. The tune, cutoff and resonance, mod and decay, envelope, mod and decay, the accent, and I think that's about it. You won't find anything else. Volume on the original one. What they had a tracking that it's like a key tracking for how the filter would open basing on the frequency of the note. Then they add the accent decay that basically decide how long the accent will last. We will hear it. And then you have a modulation envelope section that actually is interesting to add some modulation to the single step. And what I'm mostly use this guy, it's always like this. Rather than working on the only cutoff, I usually set the resonance and then I play with the VCF depth. And I'm always with these two hands here because I feel I can ride the control and the filter better. That's it. Then you have a full section here for your control, your sequencer. You might recognize some of these buttons, like the C function and pitch, that are in the original one too. And on the back, you have a cartridge system. That's another very cool thing. So basically, you have your basic filter, and here you can this FR frequency. It would be, let's hear it. So unengaged, you will have the frequency response of a regular 303. I should add more. Here we are, a little more output. If you engage it, it will have an expanded frequency response, more deep. So that depends on you if you want to have a more faithful machine. Then you have some VCA control, the out of the different waveform. So you can also interface this guy with your modular system. Did I ever do it? No, but I'm pretty sure that would be amazing. Filter B, engage when it's on a filter B. We will see that later. Right now, they produced 4 or 5 different filters. I have the SEM and the ladder filter. So these would be the Hoberheim and this would be the Moog. Tempo is override right now because I'm following with this. And then you have a 16-step that can be 4 pages long, so basically 64 step. You have an arpeggiator, you have a way to go with your sequency like forward, back, or pendulum, or also random. And then the way you can record on this could be different. You can play this keyboard here and record, or you can use this as step. And that's usually the way I do. Let's do a sequence. So we start from scratch. So you have 7 banks each bank has group A, group B. So basically each bank has 32 pattern, multiply 7, you do the math, I'm not good with that. And you will see when one pattern is empty, let's find one area like this, mean that is an empty pattern. So we can put a, no, let's not put a kick. Let's start it, and we will start placing down the tricks. I usually use this like live, because it's very simple to set up patterns. In the original 303, that would be impossible. Programming that guy is basically, you need a MIT degree. It's such a complex machine to program. But what happened with the original 303 is like you get happy accidents. Whenever I use that, I just go very random in my programming, and I always come out with something unexpected. With this one, you know what you're gonna get. So in a way, it's better because it's more controllable. In another way, you lose the chance to go very wild and find something weird. So let's play, and let's start placing things down. So first thing first, let's clear it, because I feel, yeah. You can see there, let's start placing. So this is the way you place things. You have two different waveforms. This is the sawtooth. And this is the square. You can also have a sub. That now sounds very deep. So let's not play with that right now. So again, right now the sound is pretty terrible, but let's just humor me and let's go on. But to select and put a note, you just click the trigger and then add a note. And then for each note you can add down, up twice for the octave, and then you can add the accent and the slide. The slide is basically one of the main features of the 303. Here, what happened with the slide? Let's add a slide here. So that's how you get those kind of 303 sound. Let's keep at it. And then if you want a prolonged note, you just hold it and press for how long it goes. Here we are. I was very down in tune. As you can hear, we already got something that sounds 303-ish. Let's add a kick. So, as you see, it's very simple to get it and to get something going on, and it's very simple also to modify things. My resonance pot started scratching, so that's why you hear that. I'll go through some different sound. It's not that you can do a lot with the 303 because one trick that this guy offered that the 303 want is adding the modulation envelope. So to do that, you press a trig, press this, and now this will trigger. See? And this one opened a lot of sound that it wouldn't be possible to have with regular 2-3. Let's add some effect. For me, this is instant gratification. You see how very simple was to create this pattern, and then adding some. Let's add a kick. So that's what I do usually. I start with a pattern, and I can create it from scratch, and then I can keep moving it. Then you can rotate. Let's say also you can do the pendulum playing. So you hold function, and with this, basing on this scheme, you know that now it's gonna go backward. Let's do, it can be random. This is random. This is pendulum, back and forth. And that's it. Now let's just go forward. Okay, let's try now to add this other filter and hear how the sound change. So let's try for the ladder. So you plug in, those are the Game Boy, it's fun, it's Game Boy cartridge. So you engage it, and then you engage it with the filter B. Here we are. So there's many other function, copying and things that you can check if you want online with the manual, but we don't care about that. So with function, you can have here filter mode. Each filter comes with a couple of different modes. So this would be more extreme. As you can hear, the difference is there. It's not that much different to me, so I don't use the ladder too much. It's a little... Of course, the original one is more squelchy, and it's very similar to the 303. This is a little more rounder and softer. Let's try the same. Let's try the other filter mode. This is more interesting. Okay, let's try the other one. What is it? I cannot see. Boom. This has also a different modality because it has a rotary selector here. I think it's an... I don't know what it does, but anyway. This is a cool one, I like it. This changes a lot the quality of the sound. This would be the original, and this is... Let's try filter mode 2. Probably, yeah, with this rotary you can change how the filter reacts. That's why. The fun thing is like you can pass through that, and as you can hear, it's seamless. I mostly use the original, the basic one, but okay, it's, you know, it's there. I know there's one based on the Juno, and I would like to really try that. I don't know if it's still available. I don't know. I'll try to source one. Let's go through some already done patterns. See. Let's just put some different. So as you can hear, these two are a really great pair. They work very nice together, and you can do a lot with just these two. So if you like what you're hearing, I actually release a video on my Patreon where I create a track using only a minimal setup like this. So I'm thinking to actually create a new setup to play very simple, where I will have just one voice and I will have to get all the juices I can from these using the effects. And then I will go inside, in the video I go inside the rhythm, and I'm using the compressor, the analog compressor on the rhythm with the drum, and it sounds pretty great. So if you're interested, you can go on my Patreon, sign up, and you will find not only the video but also the mixing, and you can download the Ableton project. So yeah, that's a lot of value. I definitely have to fix the resonance thing, right? But whatever. I like to go when it's very subtle like that. And just to let you understand, this is how a 303 more or less would sound without any effects. So yeah, it's not a super pleasing instrument out of the box, but here just a little of It's an hands-on instrument, so I really enjoy playing with this, because you can do this all of the very small variation. And what I do a lot of time is just recording this part live and then remixing it in Ableton. That's it. I think I said everything about the machine. If you want to do conclusion about that, is this a machine worth the money that people are asking on the second market? I don't know. It's still a 303 and there's a lot of other possibility. So there's very cheap 303 clones. There's other that are more expensive, like the RAE 303. There's of course the original 303, but with those one it's very hard to get sequences going on right away, and it's basically impossible to use live. This one has the great things that can be used live and can actually create on the fly a pattern and play with it and change it. So for me it's a very important instrument. I love it, and I bought another just to have it for safety if this will ever decide to die. But yeah, there's many other way to get this kind of sound. I just recommend to experiment with effects, because that's the fun part with this box. And that's it. Again, if you want to support me, sign up for my Patreon, share this video, subscribe, or also buy from the affiliate link down there. I'll see you next week, and thanks for watching.